that'll be a couple. 96. Wow, that's weird. Apparently. Hi, how are you?
Good.
It'll be a couple inches away, okay? $97.
I just heard, and so when I asked her, they said, so that could be a reason. I guess it's 2 years.
How do you know good? How well do you know?
I do, I know, it's true, that's not true.
What's the big problem?
No, for another seat to be here.
So,
Should we push, do you all think you feel comfortable, we all push back from the table?
Well,
Well, here, I got that chair there.
Where you all feel like?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to be comfortable. This is just not. Yes, you know, all of that.
So, what, we're all good?
Lauren, where are you sitting?
I'm sitting right behind you.
Right here?
All right.
Okay, so you.
I'm good.
I'm
good.
Can you just tell me, we're gonna get started, we're gonna get this going. Thank you.
I got it.
Thank you.
Do you have red marks? Yeah. But that's cool. Can you post for your agenda? Because we only went to. I only have one. Yeah, I think it's one.
All right, so somebody can have one and we can just do it both. Oh. You don't have enough, you don't have enough on? You don't have enough?
No, we didn't.
Oh, you really still want, you didn't put one in there? Oh, this is right. You didn't put 132 on the agenda? Okay.
132, what, that's your appointment?
Okay.
No, what, about the work orders I got?
It doesn't have to.
No, it's like we keep them all in the group of work order review, yeah.
Okay.
But I'll be up there.
8 minutes.
That was work order review.
You all set? Everybody has everything? All right. Somebody want to call the meeting to order? I'll call the meeting to order. All right. So we just gonna, I'm asking everybody, if we could just stick to the agenda so that, you know, we can make sure we get all of our points on the agenda done first.
I'll get it done.
Okay? All right. John, Dr. Warren, and the gentleman know we're doing this.
Yeah, thank you, Pamela. I'm gonna have, I'll start off on the agenda, if you have a copy of the agenda. We'll start off with, the attorney's report.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we asked everybody to, Andrew, I don't know if you want to do it now, address about the phones now, or how you want to do it, or should we just put them on the table?
Oh.
What would you like for us to do?
If the board is, well, are you making some sort of a motion in terms of recording meetings?
I would like to.
All right, so if you're gonna make a motion about not recording meetings, then at that point, if it's second and it's passed, there would be a resolution, and at that point, everybody would not record the meeting, put their phones down, and there's no resolution up until this point. So I would think it would be the right thing to do, but particularly since there's a fiduciary duty to represent the co-op, and there are several private issues that should be between the board alone.
So I'd like to make a motion, there's no, other recordings of this meeting, personal cell phones, that, no one, when we're in meetings, have other people on their phones to listen into the meeting, and everything is kept confidential. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Anybody opposed?
All right, so is there any question about anybody recording this meeting?
No, I just got my phone.
Mr. Daly? Mr. Daly?
No one opposed. Everybody.
The motion's passed. The question, I'm asking the question, if there's any question about anybody reporting the meeting, like a response.
What would be the legal repercussions if a motion was made at a meeting and then recordings got out that were not permissible?
Well, there's no disclosure as to any recordings being given at this point, short of contacting, my friend, the criminal attorney, to determine what the repercussion would be. We have a motion, we have a resolution. There's no recording of this meeting that's supposed to be happening, and particularly since there's a fiduciary obligation to all the shareholders to not disclose private information. There's legal ramifications in terms of possible civil liability against somebody's reporting it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We make.
Wait, am I supposed to understand that you guys are concerned about people's privacy around here? When there was things about me, about my apartment posted on mailboxes?
One simple question.
I know I'm saying something. Okay, so I'll be quiet again. Keep going.
We're gonna move on to the agenda.
Keep going.
Everybody agreed about the recording and the motion that was made, and I.
And whatever the case is, go ahead. I'm not stopping anybody from going on with their meeting. Go
So that's
ahead.
on record, okay?
Mhm.
So let's go ahead to the agenda.
All right. Ms. Atkins is paid up by her bank. Paid up. I'm waiting for the funds to clear. That would be 149. Paid in full.
Up until the
I believe that includes July, actually. I have to go back and check, but she is paid. The amount is, it would be $19,006.45.
6:45?
It's $19,006.45. Just waiting
Yeah,
for the funds to
Atkins
clear.
is unit 149 for the record.
She's a deceased patient.
That's correct.
Yeah, and I had contacted the bank, and then the bank contacted me, so they're paying for it. And they're in the process of clearing everything out, whether it's by foreclosure or otherwise, so that we can, proceed with that. But they're gonna cover all the common charges monthly. Then we have Unit 76. We're having an issue because there's an illegal sublet. I've been in touch with the attorney for the current owner, Zemmour, and the situation is that on the way in, Sasha confronted people moving in and told them they could not move in because they were never approved, and they said okay and left, and then moved in at night when nobody was looking. So the attorney for the shareholder is aware of the situation, actually acknowledged to me that there was no ill intent or disrespect meant, and I corrected her that there was absolute disrespect because they did it anyway, and they specifically left and then, sneakily, that's a word, moved in. So she's working on getting them out, and I have a letter prepared. The only question I have is what is the penalty that you are imposing, so I can put that in the letter. So Sasha, were you saying $250 a week, or it seems a little steep, but if that's what you're doing, I'll put it in there.
I would recommend $500 a day, but I mean, $250.
Are they still there?
Yes.
The issue is that.
They're still there. I thought you meant they left.
No, they're there.
The issue
far as
is
I know.
that the same as 119, when she moved, she brought her home, and then they left the maintenance burden on Hillcrest Point people. So this is the same type of situation, that they moved down and they brought in people without doing an application, without going through any of our process. So I call them squatters, but they're legally in the unit. And what we're worried about is a lot of children, a lot of teenagers. That's what we're worried about.
Okay, then increase it, make it even more. I didn't realize that. I thought they had left, and that's why I was saying that would be a lot.
No, they didn't leave, but
If they're still there, then make it even higher. But whatever you guys agree on, I'll go along with that treasurer. But yeah, because if we don't, the higher we make it, the quicker they'll leave, because whoever owns the unit is not going to be stuck with having to pay that.
Right, but I mean, at the same time, to make you call it, if you make it too exorbitant, that's not gonna hold up, but at the same time, I don't know what that number is, it's a question of what some judge ultimately might think is reasonable,
What
but
size is that unit? What size is it? Two bedrooms.
76 is all I know.
And what is the maintenance on it?
I think it's 951, 42. See the financials.
Well, I
Say
say,
250 because if they are making a profit, then 1,000 a month. It's kind of like,
I'm down with whatever, I don't want it to be something that won't hold up, but we're not in court, hopefully
It's
it'll
a
get out before it
two-bedroom
gets there.
It's a two bedroom, what's the maintenance on it?
883.71.
what?
883.71.
71. And I think that that should be five.
A week? Seems a little steep to me, but.
$2,000 a month.
They have, but they have to, what happens if they damage up the unit, if they walk away from the unit? I mean, all of these things are always left on Hillcrest to repeat. Okay.
Well, if they damage the unit, the shareholder's still responsible.
With that 500 a week, the 800, I pay 800 for it.
I'm not, listen, I don't care what you charge them, but the shareholder's ultimately responsible, not us, no matter what. Because they let them in.
How about they get hurt on site and then, you know, they fall, they slip and fall, they step on a pothole,
They'll sue us.
right? Yeah, then they'll sue us no matter.
That goes without saying, yeah,
Without
no matter
saying.
where, yeah.
Let's
76.
Yeah, 300 a week.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah, let's vote on it, so no one's saying,
Right, that's very good, because you should vote on it, approve that, whatever the fine is, so it's in the minutes. And, if the judge wants to see what, how did.
I mean, when we get to that point, that, yeah, a judge can always reduce it, but at least at this point, we're putting, that's fine. So is that, are you agreeing to,
Well, we have to vote on it.
all in favor?
well, I'll make a motion, second it, and then vote.
Rose is making a motion
Okay,
to incorporate a weekly fine of $300. Okay.
And President
Pamela
is
seconds it.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And
Abstain. Mrs. Thomas? Abstain. Mr. Daly? You're in favor?
No, oppose it.
Oh,
so we
we
have,
have 3 in favor, 3 not in favor. So we got
Rob
the,
Lawrence is in favor.
Okay, so that's,
okay.
question, when does that $300 per week begin, or began? Well, you just voted on it, but
how long have they been living there now? Just curious.
this started from.
About a month? Okay, then it
Yeah.
starts as of today, Monday.
Okay. As of July
Because they've lived there for a
13th.
whole month already for free.
Were they,
Well,
was,
they're paying, they're whoever the renting from, but
That has no,
but nobody's paying us.
but nobody's
Right.
paying
No,
us.
but the maintenance is not being paid.
Right.
No.
she just made a point, she did do a check for 2,500.
To Hillcrest Point?
Yeah,
Is
so,
it still
which,
behind?
I wasn't aware.
she was at 5,000, so
We-
now
we
she's
should
at.
Now that
even
she's getting
accept
rent,
that.
she can afford to pay it.
Yeah, but we shouldn't accept that if there
Take
are
it,
arrears, right?
take it, there's no lieutenant court, you may as well take what you can
Well,
get
that's
right
it.
now. You can always start for the balance when it comes down to it, take the money.
Well, wait, let me go back. Okay. So if the person is living there and they are paying her rent and now she's paying us.
You wanna keep it going until, and then.
Well, I was just saying, you know, a bird in the hand is better than 6 in the bush, so we have to come in. What do you think about that?
Well, the problem is that we haven't completed an application, we don't know if they work, we don't know anything about the folks.
And you're setting a precedent for illegal
Right.
I
subtenants.
know. All right, then, I just, you know, especially with the COVID virus, I feel like the rich get
Yeah.
Christmas,
Well,
you know.
it would've been nice if they applied before they moved into, for
Could
the new
we,
year, so.
how about if we also send her a letter telling
We did.
her,
We did everything.
and she
Matter
has.
of fact, their husband came to the office, they explained everything. They came about 2 or 3 times, they sent a letter, everything was explained thoroughly.
I have an email from the
Your attorney.
shareholder's attorney basically apologizing on behalf of our clients and acknowledging that they did the wrong thing, so. It couldn't, the only thing better than that is them paying the balance and moving out, so.
Okay, so then maybe, okay, so we'll let it stand and see what happens, and maybe we can address it at the next meeting again?
Well, the letter will be out tomorrow. I'm gonna email her a copy of the letter, so there's no mistaking it.
Yeah.
It'll be out tomorrow.
Okay.
Email. That's all I have because there's no Lane Lieutenant Court yet.
There's no tenant, right?
I think the next item is security report.
Well, yeah, but for the board, Pamela, while Amy was on the legal subject, there were some items I saw on the agenda that I wanted to bring up to the legal,
Okay.
so that you could, do you mind?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna check the fan out for.
On or off?
Yeah, on. This one's on. Alright.
This is your agenda?
Yeah.
I was trying to open mine on
Yeah,
my.
that's fine.
Oh, yeah, Morgan Stanley bank account. I know you were working on that,
Yeah,
so that's a legal issue.
yeah. No, I was actually gonna try to call it today, but I got tied up. I have it on my calendar.
You got the
tomorrow.
last email
I
sent.
did.
Everybody's aware of what's going on, right?
Yeah. Seems like a power drill.
Okay. I think that was the only issue that I wanted, that should have been brought up there. Pamela was gonna talk about Nicholas, 146. All right.
You wanna share?
Well, I just opened mine,
All
I
right.
just opened up. So, thank you, Andy, for your report. The next item on the agenda is JSR security report, and then also our police report. Sasha, do you have anything to say about those two items, or?
No, nothing. The police report, she's on vacation and she's the only one who does it, so we'll get that for the next meeting. JSR has given us the reports, nothing unusual, nothing going on. But I can send those, I can email those to her.
Now, with JSR on the table, the board wants to meet with JSR security. Do we want to set up a meeting date now at this meeting?
Yeah, because I do think.
We have concerns about the security of the building, the inspections they're doing, et cetera. Is that correct, Pamela?
Well, he had an emergency, I believe, for the last meeting.
Yeah.
So, I guess we could set it for the next meeting.
Next board.
So, we don't even know when we're really gonna have our annual. So maybe we could set it for September, because I wanna ask the board about August, something about August. Matter of fact, I'll do it now. Since it's the summertime and people are going on vacations and all, what do you all think that if we don't have a board meeting in August? Do you think we need to have one in August?
Well, management's okay with that. I mean, we have a lot of our buildings break 1 month for the summer, so I mean, it's common.
Like everybody's opinion. Okay.
If anything comes up, we have a couple of weeks left in July, so if it comes up, then
Well, yeah, and if something comes up, we're always available.
that's what
You
I'm
know,
saying.
if we need an emergency
And for
meeting.
emergency meeting,
Yeah.
So can we motion?
Make a motion.
Yeah. Lavelle, what's your opinion?
Doesn't matter.
Mike, what's your opinion?
I say we have a meeting in August.
Okay. Those who say that we should be able to take a break in August, say, show of hands, aye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Rob gave us his vote, I spoke to him about it. So, yeah, no, I'm second. So, 1, 2, 3. So, we're gonna take off for August. And if some type of an emergency comes up, we'll contact everybody. And, if it's an extreme emergency, we'll ask everybody if they come together, okay? Is that understood? going on vacations. Okay.
How many abstained? One.
5 in favor.
No, six
One-
in
one
favor,
said no.
one.
6 in
no.
favor.
One no, no abstention.
How's it 6 in favor?
Pam, Daryl, Diana, Lavelle, Rose, and Rob Lawrence.
Rob Lawrence is not present.
Rob already
Since
gave
it's
his
vote.
vote.
Rob Lawrence is not present. Just noting
let's go
that.
on the next agenda item.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on. All right, termites. I'm gonna let Sasha or Lauren update the board on termites and what happened recently. Which one of you ladies wants to update? Lauren, speak up.
So we have Malcolm Dead, Kevin from Malcolm Dead, who treated Building D as a dog for termites in the building earlier this year. He then had to come back a couple weeks ago to treat again, so we do have like our annual inspections with him. And we may have an issue arising with E as in Edward, that since they're right next to each other, it's not uncommon that that was going to happen. We're gonna I'm gonna send out a survey to Building E to see who's like experiencing the termite problems, and then we'll go from there if we need to do Malcolm Dead treatment again.
They did tell us that when they treated in March, that we might, people might see them again
In the
in
hot
first
months,
dose. Yeah, and so one of the shareholders or two of them said they saw a few, but not a lot, so they'll come back and they'll treat the other ones. But we voted on this, last year. Okay? All right.
All right, any questions about termites? Okay, now, we're covering units 119, 137, 143, and 144, Management Update Board. These are units that were under major repair. So, who wants to handle that? Lauren, Sasha?
Kevin
Sorry.
informed us, that everything is complete. I spoke to the
Let's back up.
sheriff's.
So unit 119, we'll take each one separately so the board knows. Right, unit 119 was water damage. That was an insurance claim on 119.
Yes.
That's complete.
That is complete. And then we
Excuse me.
had, go ahead.
Did the insurance company pay for it, or did?
They did pay some. They did pay some.
They paid for it.
They did pay some.
Actually, a majority.
Yeah.
They paid a majority of that unit, which is good, yes.
So this has been going on for a while, so we had this in a couple of meetings that we've been in.
That's why I couldn't.
Yeah, they paid. It's Kevin gave us a great deal.
Right.
How
And
far are they complete, Jonathan?
everything is done. And I spoke to everyone, 143, 144, and 138. Everyone is happy and said it, that you did a good job.
We had the final bill yesterday.
We did get a final bill from Kevin, yes. How much was the final bill?
For,
Kevin?
for outdoor creations, the final bill was $15,475.
For what unit?
For all four. For
All four repaired units.
So units 119, 137, 143, 144, the bill was $15,475.
Remember, yes, thank you. Yeah, Diane was just saying that we had voted on that. Remember, we had asked if it included all the materials or not, and it did. And everybody said if it did, then let's go forward. Thank you. Okay.
All right, so that's the end of old business. We're gonna move on to new business. First item on the agenda is decks. We're gonna discuss the deck project and what we're doing with the decks. I'm letting Sasha and Lauren speak as much as they can, at these meetings. It's good.
Yeah.
I know about the decks. I know about generally everything. But, Sasha, you wanna give an update on the decks?
Yeah, that'll be both of them. So Kevin sent in his proposal for the last 120 decks. And there were some things in the proposal that we didn't, our management didn't feel was right? So management has been getting proposals from other decks, because since Kevin started the decks in 2015, like, you know, the decks with the white, so those decks were the first decks that were done that, it's called compound track, right? So what, with those decks, they come, they're already done, they're guaranteed for 30 years. The only thing you have to do is power wash them. You don't have to stain them 9 months after, you don't have to do anything. Now, when those were done, they were very expensive. The price has come down now, and back then, it was only the white color. They have every color, so we can have colors that match the decks that we have. So right now, we're getting proposals from 3 different places with those and with the pressure treated wood. The only problem with the pressure treated wood is nobody can get it right now. So that's why we're having a hard time getting proposals, because I'm asking for the pressure treated wood proposal, and I want the Trex proposal to see which one would be more affordable or better, which one would be better for us. Because the pressure treated is only gonna last from 5 to 10 years, and then don't forget, after they do it, 9 months later, we have to get it stained. So we wanna see the best.
Which is more cost effective.
Mhm.
Diane, when you had the track compound done, it was
What, the white one?
yeah. Darryl was telling me before that it was very expensive. When you look at it done. That's why we kind of changed from doing it that way.
But also, with the present rates that we have, the ones that's up, I noticed that the ones are crackers, and I think that's a lot of them are cracked. And that shouldn't be, so Kevin had to report, because it's supposed to have warranty on it now. So, we need to find out here.
I think it depends on how many years it's, I know it does. When I was looking, I just got to see the original contract today. And when I saw the original contract, I have them now. She gave them to me. When I saw them, the original, okay, you can pass them down to everybody. When I looked at them, I see there was like a warranty, but only for a limited amount of time. Because you all started these like in 15, right? 2015? Because I see the contract for 2017 and 2019. And I thought I saw it was on 15, but I saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, we have to look and see what warranties he has in there.
The ones that are cracking now, or the one that was on there, the last one, which is
17?
some of them, they are cracking really bad. We have had to call them back to drop that up there already.
Do you have an extra copy of that?
So we need to read through this, John.
Yeah.
We need to read through these original contracts to see what the warranty or guarantees are. And let's see what we can get Kevin to do as far as the repair.
Excuse me. Not coronavirus. Let me say something about the decks now, because Sasha's revisiting this. Sasha had a good idea. She met with a couple of, quite a few contractors in the past 3 weeks. So we did so many decks already, but what's on the table is, because synthetic Trex material is cheaper, do we make that decision? Does the board make that decision to go with Trex? So we're getting proposals. To do your decks in wood is about $380,000. If I'm not mistaken, based on Kevin's numbers from the previous years, to finish the entire complex is approximately $380,000. If we go in Trex, we're looking at like a 20 to 30% increase, but we're getting proposals. So that's just a picture, but Trex is almost lifetime.
Well, how much did it cost when you had it done? Do you remember? Maybe we can look at the comparisons of what the price was when you all had it done in 17, and then look at the prices as compared to today. But also we have to take into consideration the longevity. So if these decks are going to last 30 years plus, then maybe we should consider going with Trex compound.
And you're open-minded to consider that, Pamela?
Sure, but you just have to put, oh my God, Jesus, help us. Only thing Kevin warranted was that he was gonna, warranty it for a year. It's for a year. We just need the numbers. So we can get the numbers to the board, so the board can actually see the numbers and vote, then that would be the best.
We'll have numbers to you within 2 weeks, and then we'll discuss it with you first, and then we'll, you know, and that might be a special.
I have a suggestion to make that we get a sample of the material so that we can see.
I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
Well, no, the material has actually changed too. That's that's over 10 years
So we
old.
want to see the
Yeah, so, because they have so many new products.
samples.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
yeah, and see the colors and stuff
Try
like
to
that.
match it up to the
We
density.
need to put it and match this one.
But the one thing that we must, whoever we go with, they have to provide more than a year warranty. That's crazy, okay? That is unacceptable. If you're spending that much money knowing that a year warranty, that's insane.
Especially for Trex, which is good for it.
30 years.
Yeah, I mean,
And I do know, I never had my decks done, and mine almost falling down. But when we do get the project going, I will wait, you know, we want to get everybody else done, because there's some decks that are very dangerous in the front. And the shareholders call me and ask me to come and look at them. They're very dangerous. We gotta get this done, so we're gonna wait for like 3 more proposals and compare the numbers and then.
Because some of them are curling up, even I was out here walking the other day, they're like curling up.
yeah, I don't know that Trex, I don't think Trex does curl. It's your decision, but to me, it's worth the investment because it increases the marketability of the unit too.
If we can afford it, as soon as we get the numbers, everybody, then we'll come back and let's look at the numbers and see what we can do, okay? And especially they're saying that the numbers now, that the prices are lower, so that's a good thing. But people are asking me, and I told them, no, we have to wait to see what the prices are gonna be. Okay, you're ready.
Now, if I was to, with the decks, if I see a situation that's, well, I have to act on it, but if I see a liable type situation where we got a railing that's broken and if someone leans on their deck, well, I'm gonna have to, do like an emergency repair on those, just to make them safe. Are
Absolutely.
you okay with that? Because,
Oh, we have to.
yes, I may come across a few situations.
Yeah, it's better than a lawsuit,
Yeah,
of course.
I don't want that to happen.
We have to be.
And so remember that, emergency repair, got it.
Yeah, John Rose was saying if you run across, whichever one you run across that is damaged like that, please inform the board too.
I'll let you know, I'll do, because I've been, doing twice a week inspections of the community, so when I come up here, I'll pay close attention. If I see anything that I feel is structurally not sound, I'll let the board know that we're gonna do a repair.
Please, yeah, that's very important.
There's another, it's not actually decks, but I wanna bring it up. The door frames, a lot of the door frames like outside entering, into the vestibule, they're rotted along the bottom. A lot of them, not just a few, a lot are
So
rotted
here-
out there and on the sides. I've been
Here's
trying to
what
get
I'll-
them to send a letter.
But I'm really aware of that.
Okay.
This is what I would, in our Trex proposals, I'm recommending to the board that when we come with synthetic decks, if you do decide that, and even if you don't, that the door trim all be replaced at that same time, along with the handrails going up to the front door.
Yes, 'cause a lot-
I don't, your men, your staff on site now, they don't have the time to really do that work, right now, as far as I see it. Walking around with them, monitor them, watching them, that's not an in-house job. The contractor you choose to do the decks, their proposal will be based on the wood trim around the doors and the handrails. So all that stuff is done at one time and everything matches. That's my recommendations to the board, and that's the way I was steering this.
What Rose was saying too is underneath.
And the bottom
Yeah.
sill plate, yes.
That's what
Yes.
I'm saying. Okay, thank you.
And if, no objections to that, right, because that's what's gonna be in the proposal.
Okay, and then the proposal, as long as it's broken down so we can see exactly what they're charging us for each.
Correct, okay, that'll be fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. We talked about, tree trimming, anything you want to say about tree trimming? I mean, we had the bushes trimmed last week, I know the landscaper was here. I think he did not a great job. I'm gonna meet with him tomorrow, and I saw a lot of bushes that weren't trimmed properly. And I had criticism from the owners out there when I walked around. So I'm meeting with the landscaper tomorrow morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna go over those areas. But he did trim all the bushes. Some look better than others, some areas. This area up here didn't look good, and you weren't happy with yours. I'm not, Unit 81 Teal, who wants to discuss Teal?
Sylvia Teal, so she had,
We're supposed to be getting started on, proposals too for the tree trimming.
Yeah.
As soon as those come in, we'll present it to the board.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, so we're waiting on.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Unit 76 Zammer,
That's what we discussed before, that's the subtenant, the illegal
that's the one
subtenant.
that was the other legal
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
I got it, that's fine, yeah.
We didn't hear about Teal.
Well, Pamela mentioned proposals. Here's what we're waiting on. I went in the crawl space underneath Teal's apartment. And I have areas of mildew and a few areas that I didn't like what I saw underneath there. Everything's structurally sound, but I wanted clean the whole underside of the apartment, which is about this much square feet like this apartment. I wanted it clean, disinfected, and sealed to prevent any kind of mold or any kind of problem. So that's what we're waiting on proposals for. Now, the ranges I saw already, because Sasha hasn't completed them, we're looking at about $2,500 to $3,800. So we're gonna be in that range to clean the crawl space, the floor joists, clean everything and seal it. So that's the range but we wanna just solidify or solidify the numbers on the crawl space.
That an insurance claim too, or that?
This is not an insurance claim, and your deductible is $5,000, so it's way under your deductible. So that's gonna be out of pocket expense, but we have to get this done. I have to, in good faith, get this done.
Okay. 146 Nicholas, we found out that she had been living here, her fiance, and her, I think she has 3 or 4 children here, for 8 years and never completed, the application, never, went through the process. What happened was her auntie, she moved away, and, I guess, I don't know how it slipped through the cracks, but she said she never completed anything. She's 46. She thought you knew who she was. She did. Where's 146?
Are you aware of that?
No? I am now.
She's.
First I'm hearing of it.
Yeah. So I don't know how many other sub-letters we have on that, but we gotta put, we have to put a cap on that, because what happens is, something goes wrong, and we don't know if they have the, appropriate or sufficient income to carry the place, so we have to make sure that we,
I would suggest that since you can't discriminate by saying one can and one can't, but since she's been there for 8 years, it's a little past the time to say we mind applying to move in, but perhaps this was overlooked 8 years ago. Please submit the application so we have a file.
right.
Obviously, yeah, it's a little after the fact to say you're not approved, but.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we would never, ask somebody that's been living
Yeah,
there
of
all
course,
this time,
yeah.
not, move, but the thing about it is, she's been for a long time, and nobody really seen, knew about it, so we have to be careful,
Can
with
they
stuff
check
like
on
that.
that also, John, just run a check if you can, or just make sure, okay, so that's.
On what, Rose? What?
As far as, those of us that's here, but Sasha said
76
she did.
and 136.
76, okay, Sanger, what did we say about?
Those are the ones that we said could move in and they moved in.
Oh, okay, so those are the ones.
Please question, I asked the board, anytime you see a moving truck here, please question the office, because there has to be board approval for any moving. And I've instructed the staff numerous times, like any kind of moving, we want to catch that because that's the thing, catch it in the beginning before it becomes a problem.
This is before you came, John. So-
No, yes, I'm aware, I guess 8 years back.
Yeah. But, you know, at least we know now. Okay, we're good. Thank you.
So we're gonna get application filled out for that
Yeah.
person, so we have proper contact
Yes.
information and everything, and then at least they'll submit that paperwork.
Yes, yes. We're good to go. Because we definitely wouldn't put somebody out that's been here that long, never ever.
And we probably have a tough time doing that too.
What's that?
If trying to evict someone for not following house rules after 8 years of them living.
Don't even try.
You can't even go.
That's ridiculous. No, because there's something called latches where all they have to do is, I've been here for 8 years. I mean, forget it. You'd never win that one.
Yeah, if you wait more than 90 days on cases like this,
Mhm.
you're probably gonna lose in court.
Right,
from what
right,
I've seen.
right.
Pool reopening is the next item on the agenda. So it's an open discussion.
Well, you know, I don't know, I think everybody should go around the room and say what you think. And remember, we have COVID, if we did open the pool, we're gonna have to limit people, like, you know, probably with time frames, because we still have to abide by the governor's executive orders. We have to worry about when people get out of the pool, so how do you tell shareholders, you can stay in 2 hours and then you gotta get out? I mean, you know, and it caused some concern to people. We also need to consider getting lifeguards at this point, because we don't want the teenagers, no offense, but we have to have people who are, you know, mature and able to control the crowds. And sometimes people don't want to listen to younger people, you know. There's just a lot of issues. Even the Department of Health really didn't give us like the recommendation to open at this point. So I'd really like to hear from everybody on this point, what we think. We'll start with Rose on this side. If you don't mind.
I don't mind starting if you don't want to start.
No, I'll do it. I would love to have the pool up in there, you know, and I know that we would have to be separated, but I also realize that, you know, I know how very serious this COVID virus is. It's not a joke. And, although the chlorine would be a great thing because it does help destroy some of the germs, the fact of the matter is, again, do we have
Well,
enough time
you
to
okay?
get someone who's older to be a lifeguard, or to be able to find someone? The second thing is, okay, we say 2 hours, they come in, they sign in, because they have to give their little tag, the person writes down the time, and then they have to know, okay, they came in at 9, 11, we gotta tell them to leave. Okay, that's putting responsibility on someone, and if there's a problem with that, when they go back against the lifeguard, is that gonna be a problem? I mean, I would love to, but one wants to have it open, I would. But unless there's a safe way to do it, then I don't think it should happen, as much as I would. Unless I can climb over the wall, I climb over from Diane, climb to the
If you climb over and fall, it's an assumption of risk. Just telling you right now.
Okay.
So that's, you're not recommending we open up the pool?
Not unless we can open it safely, you know, if we.
Well, there's no
cannot-
guarantees we can.
Well, safely, right, you know, so, you know, like I said, I would love to have it open, but, you know, I'm not saying no, I'm just saying if there's a way to open it safely, I'll go along with that, but if there isn't, then the answer is no. That's,
We'll go this way. Andrew, yes.
Don't open the pool. Do not open the pool. You have to sanitize everything. You have to keep distancing. You have to monitor it. And if somebody gets COVID, you watch. There's a really good chance that the co-op's going to get sued.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do not open the pool.
legal aspect, and
Mike, do you have any opinion on opening the pool?
Nope,
No opinion?
nope.
Lavelle, do you have an opinion?
No, looking.
I
Diana?
have an opinion. I don't think we should open the pool in June from all the issues that are going on, and the government really don't have the capital on the stuff that we want this COVID. So I think it's best interest at this point.
Down?
I don't think so. With all the stipulations they have, you put out there,
There's no safe way to do it.
you just don't have, you can't. Like Andy said, you got limitations every 2 hours, you got to monitor people on there, it just go ahead.
I just need to circle back, so are you both saying no, or are you saying you abstain?
Abstain.
Abstain? Mike?
Same, whatever.
We have the majority. So let's do the vote.
No, he goes. I make a motion that, we go on resolution on the close. I, somebody second, okay, okay, so, and I vote no.
I'm a no. No open.
Let's second the motion.
And
Seconds, I'm sorry.
Diane second.
Diana second.
Yeah. And for the record, I guess we can note that the attorney highly recommended we not open up the pool.
Right.
Right. Or strongly recommend.
Strongly in favor of keeping it closed, yeah.
Rob Lawrence sent his to us in writing, he votes no against opening the pool. Matter of fact, he said he did not open the pool until
Yeah, you want to-
it's too much of a risk. Okay.
It's part of the season, but the last thing is the yearly financial.
I don't know which one.
So the last thing on there is the yearly financial reports. And I spoke to Russo at RRC, and he said that we should have all the things we need for that. Earliest August, latest September. Earliest we'll have it is August, and the latest we'll have it is in September, early September.
For
For annual
Annual
financials.
financial statement, because with the COVID virus, a lot of people weren't running their offices for a long time, or if they were running, they had like one person in the office, and they let us know they were kind of working pretty much with a skeleton crew, if that. So they're back now, they're still not at full capacity, but.
And,
September?
yeah, and Mark is no longer with them.
Right. The guy that used to do our financials? and-
Mark Calderon.
Yeah, he's not there anymore. Oh, they wanna come back.
I did the last one.
A lot of people are, yeah, and a lot of people are afraid to go back to work because of the COVID.
Okay.
And look what's happening in all the other states. I'm sure everybody's aware, the reason why we sent the board notice out was because, the governor sent out his executive order now in relation to the other states. And the epicenter now is Florida, which everybody knows, in Houston, Arizona,
Texas, period.
yeah,
Texas,
yeah, California. So if you plan on traveling there, please, you gotta come back and you have to quarantine yourself. And that's it. Is there anything else that we can go over right now?
Do you want me to review a summary of the financial report that, for June, or there's copies here? Do you want me to highlight anything, or?
That's up to you. The rears.
Okay, yeah, all right, good.
I did it.
All right, and we did, Sasha did her arrears report. I mean, you're looking, just in summary, you're looking very well financially. The money in the bank exceeds, excuse me?
So we start to fix things.
Well, but you have the money there for it, so, you know, management would like to see you get your debt project done.
Yeah. And the other roofs too.
And it would be nice to do the
Yeah,
other roof.
gotta get those roofs.
You have, money to do that.
And also, I don't know if you said in the last meeting, but we had four hot water tanks that went, they were leaking, so we had to do that on an emergency basis. We had a lot of work that we have had to get done in the last year. So just wanted to let you know. Okay.
And your profit, your income and expense to date, you're running well in the black. So you're not in, I mean, of course, that's always been Hillcrest's tendency, so, which is good. That's all I really wanted to say. Your arrears your arrears is sitting at 150,000. It's still a big number.
Well, we got 19 that's going to bring that
Okay, so now it's like
down.
125, but we gotta get them.
How is
back.
that?
They're holding, you know, the NCB is
Oh, I haven't put in the
holding
19
money
yet.
back from us until they go down.
I mean, until once I can get back into
NCB
court,
is
we're gonna get a lot of this stuff. taken care of.
195,000.
Hamptons is
They're
still
holding
showing open, yeah.
195,000 on 150,000. We gotta do something.
So has anybody come to you all to make arrangements to pay anything besides, you know, because we gotta do something about this.
No, the big ones we're giving to Andrew, so he's
Right.
working on those. The little ones, they've made, payment arrangements that they're holding to.
Okay.
And there was a couple that I saw defaulted that I told Sasha,
yeah.
when I went through your financial report and closed out the books for June, I did see a few people default, so that's gonna have to go to you. You're gonna be getting,
Well-
As soon as I can get back to court,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Question now, you're speaking of June, and we just was talking about people being out of work and not going back to their jobs.
Oh,
So
good
did you
point,
ever
Rose,
speak,
okay.
you know, before we start just sending them to the attorney, which we could possibly get in trouble for too, I think, right, you know? But we should at least give them the courtesy, I think, of a call to find out.
I did.
Okay,
They do all the time.
so, if then if it needs be, then it goes to him. If somebody says, listen, I'm sorry, I lost my job as the culprit, I'm trying to do something, then I think, you know, they've already been paying, if they're doing well, then maybe we should take that into consideration. But
that's very good, and we'll present that to the board of something. We'll ask the person to submit a letter in writing.
Absolutely.
And we'll give that to the board and to make a decision, but, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you something about looking at this. Unit number 27, Omar Richards, that's showing 13,000,
Yeah, he pays his current.
but he doesn't pay anything on the back. Then he needs to get a letter saying that he has to do that. He has to pay something on the back.
Didn't we give that to you?
That was going on for a while, and he was trying to cut into it very, you know, we were going back and forth with him because he was trying to cut a little bit in and trying to keep current. So it's been a while since I've been able to look at any of this because nothing I can do to enforce it right now.
He gave them everything that was over 3 or 4,000.
Okay, so what about tablets, TAPSIS? I need to hear something on this. That's 12,000. That's unit number 72.
The problem,
It's dead.
the problem, what happens is, when it gets so high, it's hard to catch up, I'm sure, you know, and,
Anything about that?
you can make payment arrangements, and we should keep, which the staff has been doing,
So
and
we should
Rose
put legal
also has sat with a lot of people and worked out, so we
on
can try
anybody
to
that
do that.
has.
Well, anything that has a large balance, I've gone to the banks with and it's been working. It's great, in fact. I'll go back and look at this list and see if there's anybody else that hasn't responded yet. Because if they have financing, it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you look at this,
For
because unit number
legal, who's
114.
not, who do you have?
Sure.
Yeah, so then I'll mark up.
Yeah, you
Okay.
revenue-
Because I see some,
I can tell you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah, you should
maybe
probably.
Andy didn't get the paperwork.
No, I'm sure I have it, but just send me.
Okay, can you give Andrew one of these
I have it.
Okay, you have it?
Yep.
Andy, unit number 114, Gregory, at 26,000.
He already went to legal, he already
Yeah.
did that, they went to court, and he was ordered to pay $1,000 a month,
And he defaulted.
and he defaulted.
Yeah.
I went to that court
Yeah.
hearing, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Everyone
Yeah.
knows about that.
I know about it.
But they can't do anything with evictions.
This was you, and I don't like.
Yeah, so do I.
Brenda Atkins, that's the one.
Wait,
that's
paid
the
in-
one that's
paid in
paid.
full.
Oh, 25,000. Gavasi, is that the same one?
That's the one, yeah.
That's illegal.
Yeah. That's the continuing story.
Okay.
Surrogate sport.
Never ending story, right?
Yeah.
Go down, and the last one, I guess, would be 9,000.
That's
Sonia?
Lunkner.
Oh, payment, they're on payment plan?
Cantor, yeah.
They doing good with that? Okay. Right.
I'll tell you something else, the fact that, the market's so good right, I mean, it's strong.
I know, my friend is closing deals.
It is strong, so what I'm seeing in another development that I represent is people that were in arrears are selling, and all the arrears are getting wiped out because there's so much more equity than there was a couple of years ago now that they're able to do it. So it's gonna even itself out that way too.
Well, that would be good.
It's gonna happen.
So that's good. Okay. So that's it.
Okay, any other open business? Because we got done with the agenda.
I know, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, that was wonderful. If no other open business, do we make a motion to close the meeting?
Let's make a motion. Why?
Let's make a motion.
Sasha had
Close the meeting.
had all of those things, all of those mailbox papered, saying that my unit, right, is up for auction. And then I come home and somebody's walking into my unit asking if it's for sale.
I make a motion.
And Spring Valley Police is involved. No, let's not close it. Let's talk about that. Let's not close the meeting because this came out of here. Let's talk about that.
You have to act,
After act how?
you have to act.
After act how? Professional?
Yes.
No, what she did was not professional. How about
Now,
that?
this is the first.
How about that?
Sasha.
You know what? Talk to your lawyer. Talk to your lawyer. Because I guess I'm not a board member. He don't talk to me no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that.
Was somebody seconding the
Let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? The lawsuit's coming. I'm going over there to get the 2 police reports. Like I said, let's remember that. Remember that. Just like the threat that I got when I was in Florida, they have that and the text that I got over the phone. So whoever is responsible for that, come get me.
You need to leave.
Come get leave to leave.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Well, let's not throw.
You're the staff, yo. I need to leave. Hold up. Let me call Spring Valley, yo. Hold up. I need to leave.
Are we done?
I need to leave.
Thank you.
I need to leave. Right? That's the route we going?